Hello, you guys. So today I'm coming on to talk to you about taking your power back in these emotional times. It is very much that I think we're all doing some dumps. We're emotionally dumping, letting go of things that no longer serve our highest good. When I was meditating earlier, I worked out and then I meditated. When I started my meditation, well, I was disturbed in my meditation from other things that wanted to come knocking at my door. Um, but at the beginning of the meditation, I saw fish like tropical fish, like ones that you would find in like the Caribbean or somewhere where it's warm, Hawaii or whatever. And I saw these tropical fish, but then all of a sudden, these tropical fish was not in their natural habitat. They were in, like someone's office, like a doctor's office or a dentist's office or something. And that's where and so it was like the symbolism of a fish that's being, you know, taken out of its natural habitat and being domesticated. So, and if you, so I was just like, okay, well, that's the thing. It's that your fish energy, which I think is also the water element. And, that was one of the big things I talked about. I think that was the biggest thing that came up for, on Friday was the water elements. It was an Eight of Swords, which today I'm not pulling in a tarot for. I'm doing all oracle. I wasn't. If I'm called, I when I meditated, I didn't see any tarot cards in my mind's eye. I saw only oracle cards and oracle cards that came up. So you're calling back your power from where with the fish symbolism. This fish symbolism is fish is like rebirth. It's like your fertility. It's like your higher self. It's your health. It's your feelings. It's water. It's change. That's all the things of the fish. Could be luck. It's all of those things. It's like it's been domesticated. It's been caged in. And during this time, there's like this opening because this deck I got, this Rose, it's the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell, came to my mind's eye. But then on top of that came this deck. It's the Karma cards. And I feel like it's releasing things so that you can release these old this old karma that you've already worked through, that you've already dealt with, that you've already conquered. So, and I feel like once that happens, it's going to like bust open your getting out of this domesticated being, not being wild. Yeah, yeah, totally domesticated. So remember, these are general. This is collective. So the energy is, it might vibe with you, it might not. It could be something that you need to hear now, something you might need to hear in the future, or something that it's confirmation for something. I want at the end of the day, it's best for people to follow their own path and their own intuition and their own guidance and their connection that they have with the divine. So what connection you have with God or the universe or whatever you connect with. Okay. Oh, I was pulling my leg down because I had one of my legs up. So you finally gave me something. All right. Oh, they don't want that one. They want these two. I have two. Okay, so we have morning dew. It says clarity, a fresh start, a positive outlook. So remember I was saying that that fish energy was also like new beginning, change. This is what this is. This is a fresh start. It's the morning dew. Every morning we get up. If you go outside, there's like dew it's on the ground every morning. So every day you have a fresh start to do something different, to try to be more grateful, to try to be more kind, to try to release some stuff, to try to let go of something. You have every day to do that. And as you do this, as you these emotions that are heavy right now, as you're doing this, you are going to bring in a new beginning. You're going to bring in this fresh start. You're going to have this, okay? Let's get me a drink of water. Okay. Hold on. I should say tea. And then after that, you have the bloom. I don't know why I'm just going to do that, because I want to look. Okay. The bloom. Okay, so the bloom is, it says creations realized for the right time harvest celebration. So, yeah, once you do that, your harvest is going to come in. You're going to celebrate this bloom. It's like, okay, I released that. There's something new coming in, and you have this beautiful, it's the right time. It's your harvest. And you're going to celebrate. I got that Three of Cups energy. Three of Cups energy has been big. Three of Cups and Three of Pentacles, those threes and the triangle has been really big. Connection to three, and somehow, because, well, these all do. She does have all triangles on here. If you look at that, there are triangles on that. So I think as you work through this, and you're like, work through what? Well, I told you, everyone's in their emotional stuff. So step back and take what you're emotionally dealing with right now. What is some big emotions that's coming up for you right now? So getting clarity on that first. You're finally getting clarity on that. Okay. Whew. So once you get clarity on it, you can have a better outlook on it, because you're like, okay, I have clarity. I know where it's going to go. I know which direction I'm going in. And I know the universe has my back, right? So so you can let it go. So you can release it. I talked about this on Monday. Letting go of the outcome of it. And once you do, the right things come up the right time in that harvest time. So looking at the karma cards, I don't know these cards really well, because I got these when I was taking my I should say my nice little hermit mode. I'm still kind of hermited a little bit. Just a little bit here and there. I just go with the flow. I follow my intuition. I listen to my guides, and and they lead me to where I need to go. So, oh my gosh, you have planets. This is the planet. And you got the South Node. And it says, remember, reconsider. Now is not the time to. Okay? So, remembering something. So, this is just a warning that South Node, you don't want to go back there. That's somewhere you don't want to be. So remember what that was. So when things come up, temptations, especially when emotions running high, you start to remember some things where you're like, well, it wasn't that bad. And you remember, well, it was a lot easier. And it might feel that way. It's telling you, remember why it wasn't, though, why you were there, and then reconsider going back there and not going back there and not repeating a cycle. We don't want that South Node. We don't want to repeat. And if you, oh my gosh, and and if you look at that too, it's a dragon, which we are in the year of the dragon too. It's the dragon. It's that infinity. Like, it's always occurring, repeating. You don't want to do that. So how can we help this? Oh, friggin' no. So this is this is hilarious. Okay, so we've been talking about fish. Well, guess who shows up? Pisces, water element, water. Pisces is mutable, so you can work in this energy. It's mutable energies are the best energies to work with because they're the most flexible. So working with it says spirituality to ultimate experience, trusting your psychic knowledge of and resulting from an indecision of or about. So being indecisive about something, that two of swords that came up on Monday, and having that indecisive, but you have spirituality with the ultimate experience. So you have your strength. That's the strength. The two strengths here is that you're able to remember, and the and also the ideal that you have the experience that you've been working on. You've you've done the work. So you remember that we don't want to you don't want to fall back into those patterns, but also remembering that you have done the work. Okay? And then taking this energy, reconsider before you do something, and trusting your own psychic knowledge. Remember, I just told you at the end, I want you to trust your intuition, your path. You shall know this, not me. Yes, I can help you and I can give you signs and I can give you clues, but you know, in the end, maybe I'm here to let you know, okay, you're on the right path, or as this should be, maybe this is a confirmation for you. And some of you might be Pisces, some of you might be a water sign, some of you that Pisces also could be your north node could be in Pisces, or your south node could be in Pisces. It could be either or, because that Pisces is here, but at the same time, it could be in the shadow and it can be in the light. So knowing being that it could be in the south or it could be in the north, which is our shadow, and I feel that is there. So again, because you're stepping into this morning dew, you're stepping into busting out of this enclosure where you've been domesticated, and you're starting to undomesticate yourself. You're starting to be this wild child. Um, you got Jupiter energy. Who doesn't want Jupiter energy? Jupiter energy is so good, so good. It's granting of blessings from good for good fortune. So your harvest. Remember we talked about your harvest coming in, your stuff coming in. So being able to follow your intuition and know when something is not right for you, when it's a cycle that you don't want to repeat. I really feel like this is I feel like this is just a maybe I I was saying taking back your power, but I feel like it's more where you have already taken back your power, but not falling for giving it away again. Mm, yes, not giving it away again. Do not, do not. And I was called to pull out these divine masters. So definitely there is the masters here, ascendant masters, archangels, star seed energy. All of those fall into here. Deities, all of those can fall into this, that are helping you, that you can call upon. And so what are some of the energies that we're looking at? Okay. I love horse. So we have horse here. It says manifestation vortex. Beliefs makes manifest. Thoughts attract and create. So during this time, when we're in this high energy of our emotions, um, be careful of how you're falling into those, because they manifest things. Like, it's okay to get into those emotions and purge them, but don't fall into the victim mentality. Um, and again, lose your power. I when I've gone through these emotions and I've been going through them, I look at them and I reflect on them. And oh my gosh, okay, so I went through a big one this weekend. I won't go into it, but I went through a big one. And I was just like, oh my God. And it overcame me like no other. And I was just like, where did this come from? It was something, it was more generational, and it came through. And so when it comes through, it's like, oh my gosh, what is this? And when we say that, we're like, what is this? It's okay to, if you need to cry, think about it for a moment, let it out, write it down, and then think, okay, what am I getting from this? And I sat with it and I said, what am I getting from this? What do I need to know from this? And oh my gosh, I had these old lessons and these old things that came up and said, you know what you could do with this? And I turned this pain, this release into something magical. It's my magical. But I was just like, oh my gosh, I let it flow into my creativity to create something with it. Now you don't have to create anything with it. You can take it as, oh my God, that was a lesson learned, or something I released. But you also can create with that, because it is a time for sometimes when we are in our feelings, and so many portals have been open, and so many things, planets, alignments, and all of those things are in place. Yes, it's some of us are in a high place to manifest. So as you go into that, make sure you're doing things to stay grounded, but also stay in a high vibration. And I have been doing, like, I've done extra, like, of course I work out, but I'm doing extra yoga. I'm meditating extra. I'm doing, like, I usually meditate each day, but I'm meditating a couple times a day. Making sure you're getting outside, making sure you're taking in the energy of the sun, especially, yeah, letting that sun energy come in and letting that, fill you up with light energy. Also breath work. I've been doing, oh my God, I did some wonderful breath work yesterday. It was beautiful. I loved it. I felt really great afterwards. So doing those things to make sure your vibration stays high, so that when some people, not everyone is on the same level as you. Not everyone is on the same path as you. And some people are still dealing with lower vibrational stuff. And that's okay. We're all at different places, and that's okay. There's no judgment for being in some different place than someone else, and that's okay. But when people are in these lower vibration energies, that stuff gets thrown at you. Okay. And especially if you're an empath, or you're someone who, is you're a reflection to people. Sometimes you can be a reflection to people, or sometimes people project onto you, especially when they're vibrating low, and all of their stuff comes to you. Having that higher vibration makes you be able to just let stuff slide off of you a lot easier, instead of carrying it with you. So making sure you're doing the things to keep your vibration high and lifting it up. Doing the things. Definitely doing the things, okay? Dancing. Oh my gosh. I dance every night. I'm going to tell you that. After I get out of the shower, I dance. I do. I turn on, oh my gosh. I dance to random stuff too. If it was funny, because last night I was in the car and my daughter and her friend was in there, and they said, listen to this song. And they were like, Mom, you like it? And I was just like, I can dance to it. I'll listen to it if I can dance to it. And that's my thing. So the other thing that came out, so we have Horse and we also have the Atlanteans, okay? So definitely some starseed energy, legacy, technology, progress, expect, acceleration, evolution, vibration. So what did I just say? What I was just talking about before this card popped out. I'm going to get another one for some odd reason. They want me to keep going. Keeping your vibration high. Expect acceleration, meaning expect that harvest, expect moving forward, that new beginning, all of that energy that we had, expect that. So but also staying grounded with that, because the Atlanteans know their lesson of how they use technology and not where it lined it up with the earth, and so having trouble with that because of some of that. So I'm not going to go into that story. If you want to go look that up, you can. I love that. Was an interesting. Oh my gosh, you guys, we got a lot of Egyptian coming up because we just got Isis as well. Okay. So it says reclaiming magic, call back your power and what is rightfully yours. So remember, dude, this was what this reading was about. It was calling back your energy, calling back your power, or not giving it away. You've already been calling it back. Do not give it away. Do not be fooled by anything that comes in. Know that you've, oh my God, they step, you know what, I bumped these cards and they like, those three step forwards: Horus, the Atlanteans, and Isis. So it's like, even if even I feel the need to tell you that even if you start to give your power away, I think they're going to step forward and either knock some senses into you or knock whoever is trying to take your power away back to where they came from. I don't know why, but that is that is the vibe. They totally just step forward. Oh my gosh. Not literally. No, I'm telling you, my cards were sitting, they were sitting across this thing. And when I was getting this deck right here, I bumped the edge of just one card and all three of them like came forward, and they didn't fall either. They're just leaned back on the thing. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. That is amazing. So, checking in, because you're manifesting right now. So making sure you're in control of your emotions and stuff. Having that emotional maturity. Keeping that vibration high, you know, doing things to keep your vibration high. Also, oh my gosh, when I think about vibration, also food affects your vibration. So, also not drinking and not smoking, that also affects your vibration. I'm just going to tell you, I'm just going to put it out there. So, making sure you're getting plenty of water, eating fresh fruits and vegetables. I've been trying to, well, when I first stepped into this, I stepped into it with physical and with like working out, and then I stepped into cutting out like all processed foods and meats. I did that for like a good year until I was totally cleaned out my system. And I did introduce meats back in, but I introduced too much, and my guides let me know real quick. They were like, nope, no, it's time to do a water fast. Nope. They were, they have quickly let me know, nope. And so I've been slowly going back to like, okay, all right, slow down on this and that, what I'm letting in. And so, because it does affect your vibration, okay? And then with Isis, calling back your power, stepping into your power, being undomesticated. All right, so we're going to end with the light worker oracle, like something you could be working on right now that will help collectively. Oh, how many do I have? That's 4. I want 4. I'll take 3 or 2. I don't want all 4. They'll come back around if dang, maybe they were like, you take these 4. I'm like, no, give me just 2. Okay, here's 1. Ooh, interesting. I don't even know what that means. I'm going to have to look that up. I'll have to give you my vibe on it, though. One more, please. One more, please. Thank you. They are so funny. Do you know, they keep giving me 4. Okay, we're going to take these 4. We're just going to do them. We're just going to do them because they keep plopping 4 down at me they want to give me 4. We're going to take 4. So 4, 4. So 4 plus 4 is 8. 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. I don't know. I was just looking at numbers. Okay, so we're going to start with, first we have 12. This is eternal now. And what I was really drawn to is be mindful of what you speak and what you say. Your words have power. Okay? So, meaning watching what you say, but also your words have power and you're supposed to be taking back your power. Part of that could be also using your throat chakra to speak your truth, to say what you need to say. And that takes back your power by using your voice. Your voice can ultimately be your power as well. Okay? We know that is definitely grounding. And actually, that's my plan after this. I'm going to have my, well, yeah, brunch. I do, I've intermittent fast, so I don't eat till it's 10:07, so I can eat now. But so after I eat, I'm going to go outside and play in the dirt. So grounding, and that's grounding. So some making sure you're grounding, okay? And so a couple ideas for grounding is easy. One of my easiest ones is foods, root vegetables, carrots, also mushrooms. I always forget about mushrooms. I love mushrooms, but carrots, onions. Also grounding, going outside and walking on the earth, meditating outside, sitting outside and meditating. Oh my gosh, that's like double. You can do a grounding meditation and have it being in the down with the ground is very also what I'm doing, gardening, if you like to garden or play in the dirt or any of that, that's very grounding as well. So if you can't get outside, if you can't, eating the vegetables or just meditating inside and doing where you are putting in your mind's eye in your meditations where you feel yourself connecting to the earth and putting these roots in the earth and being rooted in the earth. Okay, so those are grounding, wonderful grounding techniques. Okay, I'm actually gonna keep that one last because I want to do this one I was stumped on this is the first one that came out, Dark Angel. And part of me was feeling this vibe with this dark angel of loving, if you can see that angels holding themselves. So loving the dark and the light part of yourself. And I am going to pull this one up. But it is loving like your shadow and your light. Like recognizing your shadow. Like that you got some messed up things going on with you, but I still love you because you are a part of me, and having that and embracing them. But right here it says the dark shadow comes to you with a radical truth. Divine love is always there for you without expectations. Love will never forget you. It will never stop caring for you, even when it seems most unlikely. In fact, especially when the divine is reaching for you and nourishing you. Even our wounds are ways that we can discover love and divine grace through the healing process. The divine is always helping you remember who you are and find your true joy. When the dark angel appears, you are being given a gift of light, even if it may seem to be a hidden blessing. So like this, which fits perfect with this ending card, because it's by initiation of water. Okay. And there's that angel and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, getting all of these deep emotions, right, coming through. And it's like, you're like, oh my gosh, you're taking all of these deep emotions, all these things in, right? And you have them, and then all of a sudden, all of this water, this healing. And the interesting thing, one of the breath works that I did, I don't know why I'm giving you this. I did a breath work. The breath work I did yesterday was to water because I knew I needed to integrate these emotions within me. So that breath work, and it was actually being grateful for water, like water as a purifier, water as nourishing, water as a gift. Water as a blessing. Like, think of places that are have there's water scarcity, you know, and think of water as a blessing and that initiate. But overall, I think this initiation of water too is taking in all of those emotions that are coming in, all of those things that are pouring into us, and taking them and being able to transmute them into light, into something beautiful. All of this pain and anger and frustration, being able to integrate that and mutate that into something that is loving, that is something that it can bring compassion, that is something that can bring forgiveness, even when forgiveness is hard. Like, bleh. Oh boy. And my biggest forgiveness, even though I might it might seem that it's to someone else, that you need to be to someone else, my biggest forgiveness problem is myself. So pouring into yourself. I think a lot of us, especially those who've been through things or who have experienced stuff, who have let people just domesticate them, we have a hard time. We might be able to, because you can have these big open hearts. And that's another thing that's going on with our feelings and our emotions, is if your heart's open, your heart chakra's open and your heart's open, then oh boy, yes, that's going to help for manifesting, and that's great and dandy. But at the same time, it's those emotions are going to flow in. And so that heart space, you got to make sure that heart space is also being gentle with yourself. And that's not being selfish. That's one of the hardest things that I have forgiven is myself, because I'm like, you didn't have to do that, or and you beat yourself up more and you are I feel I'm my worst enemy than anyone else. That's why when you can love yourself and you can look at yourself, who you've been an enemy to yourself, you can take on any outside enemy. That's nothing. That's nothing compared to the enemy that you have within yourself, because you can either be downfall or your biggest cheerleader. And I have chosen to be my biggest cheerleader, to be the biggest cheerleader for others around me as well, because there's been times when I haven't had no cheerleaders, and I know there's people out there who has not had no cheerleaders either. And so that is why I cheer on people, if I know them or, not know them. I cheer them on regardless. Doesn't matter where they are. Doesn't matter what they've done. I'm there to cheer them on if they need it, because not everyone has that. Not everyone gets that. And not everyone can cheer themselves on, because it's hard. And so that initiation of water is letting it flow, not just letting, yes, taking care of yourself first and letting those flow for you, but also pouring some of this love and tenderness and compassion into others too, who might need it at the time, who you could pour it in, and find someone you can pour it in. And then, and then giving them these ideas. And that's the biggest reason why I'm here right now, why I'm sending out this message, is because I'm pouring into you things that I've done that helps me, and they might be able to help you. Maybe you don't want to do the breath work. That's not your thing. Okay, that's fine. Don't do that. Maybe you don't like to dance. Then don't do that. Sing. Singing is fun too. Also, singing helps you speak your truth too, because it helps open up your throat chakra. Okay, so I'm just going to get that out there. And this is about taking back your power, and you can do it. And you have some powerhouses behind you. The divine's behind you. If it's for the highest good of mankind, it's divine has you, Mother Gaia has you, your ancestors behind you, the angels behind you. They're there. They're working with you. All right. So you guys, thank you so much for being here. I send so much love and light out there to the world that is struggling. Forgiveness, peace, kindness, charity, things that we need to force more into this world. Positivity. It's not toxic positivity, because I know things get hard, and I know things are rough. But when there's so much madness and grief, and some people need love and light and healing and a big ass hug. Okay? And that's what this is. This is a big ass hug. So, you guys have a wonderful day. If you want any of my information, you know where it's at. It's down there. You can you can leave a message, you can do whatever. You guys have a great day. Bye.